From the campus of the University of Alabama in Huntsville, I2C, it's Alabama Upstarts. Alabama Upstarts. Entrepreneurs, inventors, and startups. This is your chance to meet face-to-face with a real venture capitalist. Today's venture capital judges are President of Soldier One and past president of multiple companies for over the last 20 years, a mentor and strong supporter of startups in Alabama, Lisa Williams. Telecommunications expert, software developer, banking executive, and currently serves on the board of trustees for the National Peanut Festival, James Etheridge. Alabama Upstarts is sponsored by Jeffers. If animals could talk, they would say Jeffers. Jeffers since 1975. Mid-South Bank, the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. Let's meet our first contestant.
Thank you, Alabama Upstarts, for having me. I'm Sean Hess with SpinPen. We are a geosocial media network, instant live, mapped and worldwide. So have you ever gotten up in the morning, you look at news, or you get online, look at news, and you don't know where it's coming from, or who's making it, or where it is, or when it is? We don't know who's given it to us. It's a little bit off. We're not sure who it is or why, what's going on. So that's a problem, and that's fake news. And that's what we're going to be doing, is solving that problem. Fake news is unknown, unverified, unfiltered, and biased. So what are we going to do about it? So take, for example, Minneapolis. On May 25th, on Labor Day, somebody made a video that changed the world. But yet we still don't know where it is exactly, or when it was, or who made it. With SpinPen, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be mapping, geolocating, time and date stamping, and timeline all your news and all the news from the media. So a good example is that around that area where Minneapolis is, had it been in SpinPen, we'd map it. So you would go right exactly towards that on the map and zoom in and see where that video is. Also, you would see all the video made by everybody else that was there, time and date stamped and geolocated. So you get it verified by what's there. Other news comes in, Fox, NBC, New York Times, and they're biased by what they choose. And you can also see their news at that location as well. You'll have a news feed, and you'll be called a channel. It's called Friends in other social media. We call it channels. So basically, what we'll do is we're going to have a tool. This right here is a tool. It's a weapon for real news. It'll be able to geolocate wherever you are. So if I take a video or a picture here, they're going to know that I was at I2C here in Huntsville, Alabama, pitching for Alabama Upstarts. So to sum up this, SpinPen will give everyone, everywhere in the world, a voice. And that's what we're going to be doing. So if you have any questions, I'll take it.
Okay, thank you, Sean. So any social media, it's about eyes on your channel. How are you going to get eyes on your channel, and what method of revenue will you use in order to make money with this? I assume it's an app.
Well, to bring in users, it's going to be very easy, very simple, quick. So you'll be able to take a photo, and it's all going to do it all for you. You're not going to have to get into it. You'll have the app. It'll geolocate it. It'll time and date stamp it. It'll place it. You'll have a news feed where you can see all your news. You don't have to be social to use the app, but you can be. It's going to be able to see your map. We'll have a heat map as well. So wherever you go in the country or in the area, you'll be able to see all your video and photos. What it'll do, we'll have a timeline on the side. You can see it in some of your images over there. So you'll be able to scan and search your images, text, documents, wherever, not just through a gallery, but on the timeline or map as well. Now, for revenue, will be the typical clicks and others, but we'll also have a geofencing mechanism, so you'll be able to use that to collect data and analytics.
So how do you keep someone that uploads a video or news feed, how do you keep them from masking where they're from, or so you can geolocate where it's coming from?
Say that again.
So the data, how you know for sure how the data is coming from the right place? How are you finding that out?
Well, that's something that we'll do, the technology. It's also available through other means. Your app, your phone does this naturally and automatically. So yes,
So
we'll be able to pull up that data.
they can't stop you from receiving a location.
Now
You can get
they
that.
can, if they want to. We'll give them that option. So whatever they want to do. Yeah. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, well, you're saying that the news feeds come.
Mm-hmm.
If someone can stop you from locating where the data is coming from, how are you going to make sure you know where that data is coming from?
So that's a great question. So it can be manipulated, but like if you have an event such as Minneapolis and you've got one person there that's taking the video that we all know and seen dozens of times already, there's others around usually that are going to take video. So both by verified by other users, but just by the image itself. So if you have an image and you have an image and you have an image and I have one of this event, we're going to realize that that's there and that's happening and that's real. It's hard. You can manipulate one image or one source, but you can't manipulate them all. So that would answer that question. Yeah.
What is your go-to-market strategy on this? Because again, you're only going to make money if there are eyes on your channel. So how will you get me to get that app or to put eyes on your channel?
So like I said, the first part of this is that you don't have to be social. So it doesn't require you to be a social person online. You can do that and use this app. It's going to pull all your media up and geolocate it and time and date stamp it. So it's useful for you in itself. But otherwise, it's our human nature there's that one photo that we want to put out to a friend or even for business or show something. So that's part of the attraction. And
so how will I know your app is there though?
How will we know it's there?
How will I?
So how do we get it out there?
How will I know it's out there so I can use it?
Right. Well, if you're talking about a news feed and other sources, we'll do that. But today we have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and others. So.
Okay.
Thank you very much for coming today. Very interesting.
We'll be right back with more contestants on Alabama Upstarts.
Warehouse prices to everybody, every day. Jeffers.
Wouldn't it be nice if your bank really wanted to help you out? Your world is increasingly complex, but your banking shouldn't be that way. Our banking promise to you is to be the most helpful bank in town. We're here to help you make money. We're here to help you save money. And we're here to make banking easy and convenient.
Mid-South Bank, where helping you always comes first.
Mid-South Bank, the most helpful bank in town.
We asked Webology to help showcase some of our custom glasswork online, and within 30 days they provided us with a professional-looking website that we couldn't be more happy with.
Websites are our specialty. Find us at webology.io.
Webology is helping with our online search presence. There's no doubt that we're helping more people here at Abogado Centro Legal, so we know exactly how many calls we're getting in from Google each month.
Websites are our specialty. Find us at webology.io.
Let's visit with a previous contestant.
Alabama Upstarts was a great experience for Headhunter. We got some great feedback from the investor judges, as well as some really good exposure from the program. Our website traffic increased, our mobile app downloads increased, and I would suggest that anybody that gets a chance to be a part of Alabama Upstarts, make it happen.
Here's our next contestant on Alabama Upstarts.
Hey, I'm Heather Webb.
I'm Addison Webb.
And today we're going to present to you Addison's convertible brush. Addison, tell them how you invented Addison's convertible brush.
So in my gifted class, we had to come up or recreate a product. So I came up with this product. Since we all have so many brushes and we spend so much money on brushes, I figured this product would be easier for everyone.
The great thing about Addison's convertible brush is that, like she mentioned, we have tons of brushes. So when you make the purchase of Addison's convertible brush, you get a paddle brush, a round brush, a vented brush, a detangling brush, and a comb. And it comes with a great bag. Addison, tell them how easy it is to use Addison's convertible brush.
So when you first get the package of the brushes, the handle already has a brush head attached to it, and when you want to change it out, you push the button on the handle to release the current brush head, and then you attach a new one, and when you hear a click on the brush, that's when you know it's secure and you can use the brush head.
Of course, this is just a clay prototype of what we look to have manufactured. Another great thing about Addison's convertible brush is the fact that it is all 5 brushes in one, and it's easy to travel with. You want to tell them a little bit about that?
So it comes with this clear bag, and so the point of it being clear is it's also waterproof. And so when you go on trips or something like that, when they check your bags, it's easy for them to see what's in your bag. And also when you go on trips or when you're going somewhere and when you take these brushes with you, you can see what brush head you have and you don't have.
Another wonderful thing we've tried to keep in mind is the cost. On average, what's a brush cost?
About $10, $15 per brush.
So we want to keep it around the price of Addison's convertible brush.
About $30 or $35.
That's right. You know, we want to keep it affordable. Not only is it efficient with time, it's efficient with saving space, and it's also going to be efficient and affordable. So that's what we're looking for today. For Addison's convertible brush, we are looking for a $50,000 investment. There's a lot of things that are going to go into this, from the patent all the way through manufacturing and on to marketing. So we're looking for $50,000 with a 25% return.
What did you have experiences that when you traveled that you needed to have
Yes.
brushes and,
Yes.
and you had to find them? And
Absolutely, 100%. So I travel a little bit, some for pleasure, some for work, but you know, unless you're want to take a ton of luggage, you've got one bag that you carry on board. So it's a lot of trouble with, I have hair products, brushes, everything. And so if I can have one bag that has all of my brushes in, it's just easier. I can get all of my clothes, my shoes, and everything into one duffel bag. Very convenient.
So you're looking at selling this for $35. Have you looked into how much money it will cost for you to make one of these, so you know what your profit margin is?
We're looking for some guidance. We're hoping to be able to get some guidance from a manufacturer.
And have you looked at these manufacturers yet and where you might manufacture it?
Not yet.
so how do you feel like you'll be able to get the product out into the marketplace? And have you looked in how would it be first a local, regional, or?
Yes, so ideally, we like to keep things local in Alabama. One of the things that we want to do is be able to start local businesses. We're from Tuscaloosa, so there's a ton of local businesses that we'll be able to get this brush into. And of course, after that, we'd like to branch out and be a little bit bigger. But it'll probably start out in some of the smaller businesses, some of the smaller boutiques.
Like boutiques?
Yes, sir. Yep. Any more questions?
Yes. So who are you going to market this to?
This actually can be marketed to predominantly females. There are tools that can be used. We know that everybody has all kinds of different hairstyles that would require all kinds of different hairbrushes. But this will be geared towards the age female demographic of 13 to 35, I would say, is the predominant demographics that we're going to be reaching out to.
So have you thought about other marketing ways other than just going to boutiques? Were you going to try to do social media?
Yes, I actually have a background of media sales, and so we will be getting some broadcast, some digital marketing, some social media marketing, geofencing, maybe some different places that can provide something that's not quite exactly like Addison's, like different stores that would sell, retailers that sell brushes, but geofencing with them. So digital, broadcast, etc.
Have you tested this out on some people and gotten responses back from them?
We've actually we've tested a theory. We have definitely talked to people about how convenient would this be for you, and I mean, we've hands down have won tons of people's opinions like, yes, this would be great to travel with.
So it's you got very good positive feedback from everyone you talked to.
We had one person that suggested to put out something for pets, so maybe that's an adventure that we could do as well. Have different brushes because there's all kinds of dog hairs. But right now we're going to stick with human hair.
And then also we were talking about the colors of the brushes. And so as you can see, they're orange and pink right now, but we could probably also do like green and blue or something like that.
Do some fun different color combinations. So those things are all in the works of finalizing.
Okay, well, it's a great idea. I think your market is for the 13, the teenagers in Addison. I admire you for starting an entrepreneurship at such a young age. So good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with more contestants on Alabama Upstarts.
Wouldn't it be nice if your bank really wanted to help you out? Your world is increasingly complex, but your banking shouldn't be that way. Our banking promise to you is to be the most helpful bank in town. We're here to help you make money. We're here to help you save money. And we're here to make banking easy and convenient.
Mid-South Bank, where helping you always comes first.
Mid-South Bank, the most helpful bank in town.
Warehouse prices to everybody, every day. Jeffers.
There are times in life when what you do is more important than who you are. When how you respond to others is more important than what you have. When giving all of yourself is the best gift of all. What did you do today? A life-changing experience. Faith Ministry, changing lives one at a time.
Ready for the next contestant on Alabama Upstarts?
Welcome. I'm honored to be here and represent my company, ASO Recovery. Right now, approximately 20% of patients drop out of treatment within their first 3 visits, and 70% fail to complete their full course of care. The current issues we see with the PT market is that price is a really big factor for a lot of these patients. Another thing we see is that rehabilitation is a false hope without proper recovery protocols, no matter how good your surgery went. We also know that compliance is almost non-existent due to poor progress tracking and lack of communication. Our solution to this problem is an intelligent home exercise program where we offer an affordable software that can actually track and monitor your progress while you're doing home exercise programs, and it relates that information back to both the therapist and the surgeon automatically. So the way it works is we have 3 core features that make our product. We have instant messaging with PTs. We have hundreds of high-quality video protocols to follow along with, and then we have reliable progression tests powered by machine learning. And so really quickly, I just want to show you an example protocol.
Out, 3, here we go, back.
So these are our trainers going through an example of how they would train you to do these home exercise programs at home. For the essence of time, I'm going to go ahead and continue.
Out.
Here we have our pose recognition at work. So you can see in our lab, I'm doing some workouts here, and this is all captured from the computer. So anyone with a network device and computer and a screen can do this. What we do is we take that information, and then you can see I'm putting a skeleton over that body, and we can track things like range of motion and real-time progress for patients that then gets relayed to them, their surgeon, and their therapist. ASO has the benefits of convenience, assurance, intuitive UI, and affordability for the patients. On the therapist side, it allows them to spend less headache building and administering all their home exercise programs. For the surgeon, it gives them actual data they can use to prove that their surgery was successful long term. Right now, for our market potential, we know that the physical therapy market is a $34.5 billion a year market in the US alone. Our total addressable market, though, is this 2.64 million patients. Every year, there's shoulder surgeries, knee surgeries, and hip surgeries that make up that 2.64 million total addressable market. Here we have our projected revenue. So we charge a flat rate of $27.99 a month for patients. Therapists and surgeons get the software for free. Down here you can see our monthly active patients, the percent of the market that we'd be capturing, and then our estimated grossly monthly profit in these columns here. Our market approach is broken down into 3 stages. Stage 1 would be to basically acquire 10,000 users from our local network here in Huntsville. Then from there, we'd like to build on that network in the Southeast, Tennessee Valley area. And then from there, create marketing campaigns to go for 5 to 10% of that total addressable market. We have a really diverse, amazing team filled with both technology and therapy. And I think this is the perfect team that's going to take my vision of what this company can be to where it needs to go. Today, I'm asking for a series funding of $500,000. I believe that within a 4-year period, we can raise the evaluation of the company to a $10 million evaluation. And then the runway projection is there on the right, so of how we would allocate those funds. Thank you. I'm open to questions and comments.
Josh, I'd have to compliment you on the information that you've given there. It looks like you've done a lot of research into what we would be looking for as investors.
Thank you.
So my question for you first is, who will be buying this software? It is the patient?
Yes.
Okay, so then as a physical therapist, why would I want to use it when you're going to basically be taking business away from me as a physical therapist when a person could come to me for a session versus doing it at home?
Right, right. Well, as we already know, and as the numbers show, people aren't following through with their therapy. And so this has a lot of adverse effects, obviously for the patient, but primarily for the surgeons as well, because let's be frank, they have no way of knowing whether their surgery was successful or not. And sometimes it's not due to the surgery, it's due to the therapy. So we partner with surgeons. And so that's kind of at the top level. You'll see in the medical industry a lot of times, it's kind of like getting a pill from your doctor. Even though you may want the pill, you still need your doctor to prescribe it. That's kind of our same approach. Even though patients are paying for it, we want surgeons to prescribe this to their patients.
So since this is going to be doing medical, have you looked into how you're going to make sure this is HIPAA compliant?
Yes.
And
Absolutely. We're HIPAA compliant with all of the processes that we have with our data analytics and the way that we're capturing this data. And AWS, Amazon, is already got an entire platform for that. Yeah.
And you mentioned working with the surgeons. Have you thought about those surgeons that has already relationships with PT companies and those people that does therapy and everything? How you would break through that barrier?
So surgeons, if you're a patient and you go to get, say, a knee replacement, you're going to start with the surgeon, and the surgeon will then give you the surgery and then outpatient you to a clinic. And so our strategy is to partner with these surgeons, say, hey, we recommend that you use this product, and then it actually gives you data and metrics that you can use to better your practice and your patients' lives. And so far, the market analysis that we've done on this has been really accurate. These surgeons are dying for this type of product. They really love it. Yeah.
And again, the surgeons are going to recommend, but I have to buy the software.
Yes, it's a monthly subscription,
Okay.
but it's half the cost of a visit to one. So our software monthly is half the cost of one visit to a therapist.
Okay, all right.
So it's extremely affordable.
And who is your competition at this time?
There are other home exercise programs out there, but none of them do the machine learning side and the video production that we have and the quality that we have. So there's not a lot of competition out there. The competition right now is they give you a piece of paper and say, go home and do these exercises on the piece of paper. That's it.
Thank you for bringing this to us today.
Thank you.
Very interesting.
Thank you for listening.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Alabama Upstarts. If you're an entrepreneur or an inventor, we would love to have you on Alabama Upstarts. Go to alabama-upstarts.com and sign up. Congratulations to Joshua Woods from Quilton Technologies, the big winner on this week's Alabama Upstarts of $1,000 to grow his business, Accesso Recovery. You could be the next winner with your business idea. Apply at alabama-upstarts.com.